Yo,
Hey, what's up?
what's up? My bad, man. Normally, when I review somebody's video, I normally send it to them, and I forgot to send it to you. Um, I don't like it, or I guess I don't care, but it's normally like I guess better if people review something of mine and then they send it to me, like they're not trying to hide it from me. So I try to make sure I do the same thing, and I didn't send it to you.
Oh, did you
Um,
review the Chapelle vid?
I did, and I felt like you were right on like the outcome, but not the reason why. I felt like when it came to like there's a couple of parts where you say something like, "This ain't it, Chappelle. You know that you're hurting people's feelings, yet you say it anyways." And I was like, well, we always hurt people's feelings. Like we don't ever stop doing things just because they hurt somebody's feelings. I felt like with Chappelle, the difference was is that his stuff was actually like pretty bigoted. Like it wasn't just that it hurt trans people's feelings, but that it was actually like pretty hardcore bigotry that where it crossed the line for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, okay. So the point of the video is going to be kind of embarrassing in retrospect, given the like to dislike ratio. But I was trying to make the most palatable possible argument to explain to people on the right, which is basically the people that are subscribed to me right now, why people have a problem with this. So like there were a lot of arguments that were completely fucking off limits. Like I can't say the word turf. I can't
Right.
say the word bigotry. I can't call him transphobic. I need to try and explain what's wrong with the content without saying things that are just going to get them to completely shut down. And now, obviously, we know that it's just not possible.
Yeah.
They're going to shut down if you say anything against what it is they wanted to hear. But that's the point. That's why I didn't make those arguments. If you watch me on Hans did a panel, I don't know if he posted it, but he did a panel on Chapelle and had me on, and I was much more clear about the fact that I thought it was bigoted,
Okay.
and that a lot of the content was like terrible. But I couldn't make those arguments in the video given what I was trying to do. Didn't work out. You know, things don't always work out, but
Yeah.
that was that was the point. And like the thing with saying that like you already know what's going on, there's this horrible sort of cycle with his content where like the end of the video he says, I'm not going to make any more jokes about you until we know that we're laughing together.
Yeah.
And it's like, how the fuck can you say that when every single special you have has a bit about you complaining about getting pushback from like trans activists about your jokes, and you just never seem to reflect on that. It he hasn't changed anything in his behavior, and it's objectively obvious that he's known there was a problem with this for like years, because like most of his specials have like 5 to 10 minutes talking about this, or at least it gets mentioned in passing. So it's like he knows there's a problem with the jokes that he's making. He knows it as a response that people don't like, but as far as I can tell, he hasn't done anything on his end to like do what it is that would stop people from having those issues. His perspective is more like, well, you guys just need to let me do what I'm going to do, and you need to stop getting butthurt about it. And yeah, that was kind of what I was getting at there. Is that's just not really. I don't think that's really adequate, right?
Yep. Yeah, I didn't even know that you had put out a video. I was just scrolling through YouTube. I was getting ready to go review a debate, and then I saw it. I was like, "Oh, let's watch this real quick. It's only like 7 minutes long." So we watch it. We finish it. We were also going to go over the Doctor Hemed Out review of it as well. But like right as I'm clicking on the Dr. Hemed Out review, somebody in my comments is like, "Oh my goodness, did you see that ratio?" So, and then my internet goes out. So I couldn't finish stream. So I just recorded me going over the comments and the ratio afterwards and just kind of like roasting all of the people posting really stupid stuff in the comments. And then my editor put it all together, took the review and the video about the comments and put it all into one video and posted it. Then the right wingers in my community also got upset about it. And I also did not use the word bigoted or racist, or I mean, not racist, sorry, transphobic or turf or any of these things. I didn't say any of those words, but they were still all like really upset about it. And the main criticism, the main pushback was, oh, so we're not allowed to make jokes about trans people, or why aren't we allowed to treat trans people like literally everyone else? And it's like, wait, dude, I like in the video, I literally explained that like if we made jokes about black people that were bigoted in this same way, Chappelle would get upset about it. He doesn't make jokes about black people that are bigoted. So like, so then I had a second video where I'm on stream arguing with people in my chat for almost 2 hours straight over like the difference between not being allowed to make jokes about trans people whatsoever and bigotry. Like, it was a very long video.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be frank with you, I don't think that the people that are getting mad even hear your arguments.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm obviously more familiar with the reaction to my videos. So like the first fucking thing I say in the video is that he shouldn't be canceled. And then like the next thing I say is that you can joke about trans people. And I give an example of him making a joke about trans people that was fine.
Yep.
Exactly. And then the responses are like, so you're for a cancel culture and you think we can't joke about trans people. And it's just like, okay, well, I mean, the most charitable way to respond to it is you people you either didn't watch the video or you didn't listen to anything that I said, because there's nothing else that can explain your response.
That's what I kept saying. I'm like, guys, you aren't even disagreeing with me. Like, you haven't disagreed with anything that I said. Like, you just keep coming back with like, oh, so we're not allowed to make jokes about trans people, right after I literally gave you like 4 or 5 different examples of jokes that you can make about trans people, or jokes that Chapelle made about trans people that I thought was freaking hilarious. But like the ones that I didn't think were hilarious, then you respond with, oh, so we're not allowed to make jokes about trans people. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, so this person, Beller in chat, has a problem with the video. They say it comes off as a big concern troll. So here's what I'm wondering. How could I possibly make a video that's critical of Chapelle that you wouldn't think is a concern troll? Because that was what I was trying to do, was to make the most mild kid gloves, like the most weak possible, like light-handed critique, just to try and push people in the right direction, not use any strong language, and just try and explain why this is a problem. And then everyone fucking, like, no one seems to have understood what I was trying to do at all. So I'm just wondering, how could I possibly make a video that you wouldn't think is a concern troll? Because I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible, personally. And it's the same thing with you, Tom. Like, what could you possibly say to these people? It's not going to piss them off. I don't think there's anything aside from just agreeing with them.
Yep. Well, that's it. That is what it is. Because so I realized this, yes, after I made my initial video where I didn't call him a transphobe. I didn't say it's bigoted. I didn't say any of those things, right? I didn't say turf. Like, I didn't talk about these things whatsoever. I just talked about the fact that, like, there are some things that cross the line, and I feel like he crossed the line, and I explained why he crossed the line. But I don't use the buzzwords. Then, when I still got the same pushback, I thought, okay, I need to, like, be more blatant. I need to stop treating them like children. Like, I can explain this to them like they're adults, and just like use all of the words that I want to use to actually accurately communicate what it is that I'm trying to say about this. And then I do that, and still the entire thing is never disagreed with. It's never like, no, Tom, because this isn't bigotry, because blah, blah, blah. Or, no, Tom, he does make bigoted jokes about black people, about Mexicans, about gay people. He makes those jokes about everybody because they're all fair game. Because my entire point was, not only does nobody else make these like bigoted jokes and think they can get away with it, but even Dave Chappelle, when you guys come back and say, well, everybody's fair game to Dave Chappelle, that's what's so great about him. He makes fun of everybody. And it's like, true, just not in a bigoted manner. He's not bigoted towards everybody. He would freak out if people were bigoted towards black people.
He said he did exactly the same thing. He said on the one of the reasons he stopped doing the Chappelle show is because he was making jokes about black people and thought that people were laughing at it in the wrong way. So, like, I mean, he has done exactly the same thing.
They were laughing at it, not with him.
Yeah, exactly. So let's address this idiot in chat. Correct, your concern trolling is obvious, LOL. So I Googled concern trolling, the act or practice of disingenuously expressing concern about an issue in order to undermine or derail genuine discussion. So I'm fascinated. How could I possibly make a video about Chapelle that you wouldn't think this of? Because there's nothing disingenuous in the video. And the entire point is to try and have a genuine discussion.
I mean, he already asked you how he could
this
make this video without you saying that it's concern trolling, and you haven't answered that question. How could he make this video and give critiques about what Chapelle said without it being concern trolling? Like, you need to actually explain that.
Yeah, I can give you a spoiler alert. There's nothing I can say that would make this person happy. Literally nothing. Like, literally nothing. They're triggered. They're a triggered fucking snowflake, right? And they're just gonna find reasons. If they accept, first of all, they probably won't accept that like the concern trolling thing can't possibly apply. But if they did accept that, okay, it's not concern trolling, it would just be something else. You just go down the fucking cope spiral, endless list of bullshit of like, oh, well, here's some other reason it's fucking bullshit, right?
Yeah, the thing is that he responded with, "You're attacking comedy." But if I ever said something like, "Well, you can't do this because you're attacking trans people," you guys would freak out. You guys would lose your freaking minds. I would never say something like that. I would never be like, "Oh, well, you're not allowed to attack this thing. You're not allowed to critique this thing because it's this thing." Like, comedy is not above critique, dude. It's not. Go ahead.
This is so fucking funny. Like, I'm attacking comedy. How I was sucking Chapelle's dick in that video. I called him the fucking goat like multiple times. Like, what are you talking about? I'm attacking comedy. I didn't even say he can't make these fucking jokes. Like, what? You're just like, you're psychotic. Like, you're actually psychotic. You're saying things that don't conform to reality at all. It's hilarious and ridiculous. And then like earlier, this person's trying to fucking bait me in chat talking about fucking Chapelle, and they're like, oh, he ran away. I didn't run away. This conversation is just so fucking toxic and stupid. I spent fucking 2 days talking to fucking morons like you in my goddamn comments section, saying the dumbest fucking shit in the world. I'm just over it. Like, I just don't fucking want to talk to you people anymore. I like literally stopped making political videos. It's not because I'm afraid. It's because the fucking dumb shit that you're saying is so goddamn annoying. Why would I go through it? Like, why would I subject myself to this? You're concern trolling. I just read the fucking definition, dude. Nothing about this is concern trolling. Okay, so you can go fucking back to your cope chamber, all right? Hook yourself up to a fucking bottle of copium and find some other fucking word you can fucking say. Like, oh my God.
So Freddie said, I don't know if you can say it's problematic / bigoted and have people who think the jokes are fine and funny not be upset or at least disagreeable. The thing is, in my video where I'm arguing with everybody in chat, I'm telling them over and over, it's okay to think that bigoted jokes are funny. Like, that's fine. You can think that those things are funny. Just understand that they are bigoted and that people are going to look at bigoted jokes as bigotry. Like, it is bigotry then. And I wasn't like saying like, you are a bigot if you think this is funny, right? Like, I was doing my best to make sure that I wasn't like attacking them at the same time. And it just, like, that, nothing, no matter what I said, it wasn't going to get across. I literally said the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over for 2 hours.
They're triggered snowflakes. And there's something else important that you didn't address. So, and they said, the people who think the jokes are fine and funny. Here's the thing. A lot of people agree with me that the jokes aren't fucking funny. Like, half of my comment section, they're fucking butthurt and talking about unsubscribing and shit and how my channel's dead. Like, half of them agree that the jokes aren't funny. It's not even that people find the jokes funny. Everyone, like, a lot of people see, like, almost everyone seems to agree one of two things. Either one, the special just wasn't that funny, or number two, it was considerably less funny than his previous specials.
It was definitely not as good as the other ones. It was not that funny.
Yeah, exactly. And like, so it's not even the fact that people find it funny. They just feel a need to defend it on this like culture war ground, right? It's not even about whether or not it's funny, because people seem to agree on that it's kind of not.
Well, even the last special where he wore the like Air Force jumper suit or whatever it was, I thought that one was hilarious. He made a bunch of trans jokes that everybody got pissed off about. Even ContraPoints was uber pissed off about it, saying Chapelle should never talk about trans people. I thought it was great. I thought that whole special was so funny. I thought all of those jokes were fine. I thought it was dope. But this one, I felt, was over the line. So, like, there is a big difference from that one to this one.
Yeah, and Beller, You don't know what projection is, buddy. Okay.
He doesn't. He doesn't know what projection
you have
is.
no.
Yeah.
Again, you're just doing what I said you were going to do. You're down the cope spiral where you realize you can't keep saying concern troll. So the next thing you bring up is projection. Unfortunately for you, Beller, I know a lot about psychology. There's nothing projection going on here. I pointed out that it's not concern trolling. Read the definition to demonstrate that you're being a fucking moron. Okay, that's not projection. That's you being a fucking idiot. Okay, so projection, that's strike two. Okay, go back to the cope chamber. Okay, get another word, and then you can come back and spam that, and I'll explain why that's stupid. All right, because you can not like my take. You can think I'm wrong about Chapelle, but you shouldn't like get a fucking better argument, bro. Like it's not projection. It's not fucking concern trolling. You need to learn what words mean. Yeah, again, here's concern trolling again.
Yeah.
These fucking people, dude.
Like again, B. Howard, do you think comedy is above reproach? Do you think you're not allowed to critique comedy? Do you think it's like I can just do you what was the guy Kramer from Michael something from
Michael Richards Kramer.
Yes, he goes up on stage and literally just says the N-word over and over and over and over and over, yelling the N-word at black people over and over and over, and then just says, "What? It's comedy." Like, do you think that like nobody can criticize that? Like, is that we can just say it's comedy and then therefore nobody's allowed to criticize it anymore?
Well, I mean, I would argue something like there is something special about the stage for stand-up comedy, and there should be some very strong protections for comedians to try and work out material.
Oh, for sure.
Stand-up comedy is incredibly fucking hard, and like especially if you're doing edgy jokes, the whole like you have to walk up to the line and step over it a little bit. That's kind of the point. So like the comedians do need the freedom to experiment and shit like that. I completely agree with that. But like the idea that you just can't say anything about it is fucking insane. I pointed this out in my comment section. Is like all these people are like triggered and getting all fucking pissed off about a 7-minute YouTube video. It's like if you leaving an angry comment is a fine thing to do, then me making the video is a fine thing to do. You can critique things that you disagree with, right? Like there's nothing wrong with that. And especially in comedy, like the end all be all criticism that will always be valid is that something wasn't funny and then describing why it wasn't funny. There is no world where that conversation isn't valid. And what you'll notice is that's the only conversation I engaged in. I was explaining why it wasn't funny. So like, it's just crazy to me that anybody could disagree with that. It's like, oh, you can't explain why the comedy special wasn't funny. It's like, I mean, so like, can you just say nothing? I don't know, man. It's such a fucking dumb take.
Yep. I guess while I got you here, were you here last time you got off? GKR jumped on for a while, and said that you and him had a bunch of disagreements. Did you happen to hear any of that?
No, I didn't, but we kind of made up, so it's all good.
Okay. I didn't remember what he said, but I remember he had a lot of pushback against whatever it was that you had just been saying on stream, so I wanted to check and see if you had heard it.
No, I heard it. I heard him. He said something like he doesn't want to critique me while I'm not around. It's like, I mean, you can fucking do that. There's nothing wrong with doing that.
It's kind of part of the. Yeah, it's kind of like part of this type of content. It's kind of necessary.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be putting yourself out as a public figure if you don't want to get fucking like criticism. It's just
yep.
That very much comes with the territory.
Yep. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you jumping on. I'm probably gonna turn this into an extension of my last 3 videos on this now, because it's been really pissing me off that I can't seem to get this like simple idea across. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it just. I mean, if someone is dead set in not understanding you, I don't know that there's really much that you can do. And this just seems to be one of those areas where everyone has their fucking mind made up, and there's just no bridging the gap at all. So
did you search? Wait, I just realized I'm not even on my channel. How did you find it? Did you like search on YouTube Tom Foolery show?
The stream?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in your Discord, so I just wanted the announcements.
Oh, okay, that's right. Okay, my last channel got suspended for 7 days for COVID misinformation because I played the JonTron video, and I debunked it though.
Don't talk about it.
I've
Like
talked about it a million times. Freaking Destiny, like every other stream is about, and every other like YouTube video is about COVID. They're all still up. He's still got all of them. He hasn't gotten suspended once. But like,
a bunch of people have had their videos like demonetized or like struck or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I personally, I just find it to be a really fucking boring topic, so it's really easy for me to not talk about it. But
I don't.
even if I really did want to talk about it, yeah, I wouldn't, because it's very precarious.
I find it very interesting, and I try to get into it as much as possible because I have some people who wouldn't like. They don't want to be called anti-vaxxers, but they are definitely not in favor of this vaccine, and they think that like anything trying to encourage people to get it is a mandate.
Yeah, that's another one where like the fucking COVID and the masks and shit, like people are just you can't bridge the fucking gap. In the fucking election too, like try explaining to these fucking Trump people that like they just lost. I mean, it's like good fucking luck. I don't know. People, I chose an appropriate name. I'm pretty black pilled on this shit. People are just fucking dumb. They're gonna stay dumb. So
well, I told you I'd been
videos about Iron Man.
I'd been talking about doing the same thing, like, or a similar thing to you with like videos on Twitch politics, or similar to what you did in your first video. So I actually just created like a new channel for it. It's called TOP, Terminally Online Productions. So I'm actually going
Nice.
out to LA next week to do an interview with Destiny, and then we're going to do like a full documentary on like Destiny, his content, like how it's changed over time, all of the like big controversies that he's gotten into, all of that stuff. So
oh, nice.
Yeah, it's going to be dope.
That's pretty cool. Did you get the idea from that from the Vosh video? So I made a fucking joke about Terminally Unplanned Productions, like that exact phrase.
No way.
It's such a fuck. Yeah, if you look at the beginning of the Vosh video, I mean, I don't give a fuck. It's a good name.
No, I mean, maybe it like came from, maybe it got stuck in the back of my head. I don't know. I remember I sat around like thinking of names, and I wrote down like the top 5 names, and then later thought of Terminally Online Productions and just like scrapped all the names and was like, nah, dude, I like this name better. And I like went and looked it up. Nobody had it. So I was like, hell yeah, dude, this is a dope name. I'm going with this.
I mean, I thought the same thing. So like the initial idea was, initially the Vosh video was called Vosh is Unironically Evil, the documentary. It's like a sort of joking about how long the fucking video was going to be. And that's why the intro credits are there. I think it says Terminally Online Productions and Leftist Unity Distribution. But yeah, Terminally Online Productions is a good fucking name.
That's what. So I mine probably be somewhere from 2 to 3 hours. Like, and people keep saying, they're like, Tom, you can't make a freaking video that long. What are you talking about? I'm like, have you guys met Destiny fans? Like, they watch 2-hour videos all the time. They watch like 9, 10, 12-hour streams. What, like, people in this space, they all watch ridiculously long videos and streams all the time. Like, I don't click on anything unless it's at least an hour long. Like, I will never click on a video unless it's at least an hour long. So I don't think people mind the videos being long.
Especially in the politics space, they don't mind long videos. Yeah. I mean, the only advice I would give you, normally. Yeah, the only advice I would give you, you've already taken, which is to have its own channel. Like, so it's really, the way the algorithm works, it's really bad to have like long, high effort content mixed in with like you could like stream VODs or low effort content or whatever like that. Like, there's 2 very different types of ways, 2 very different directions you can go on YouTube. And if you're going to make high effort content, you need to stick to only that. But you seem to be doing that. So
that actually makes a lot of sense, because the people who watch my videos are completely different people who watch my streams. And like, I will put a lot of effort. Like, if my editor does it, he just cuts from like one timestamp to another. But if I do it, I put a lot of work into it and spend like 3 to 4 hours just doing like one single cut video normally, where I take like all of the best parts and put them in the beginning with some intense music and an intro to make sure that like people are interested right off the rip and want to watch all the way through. And yeah, those videos have completely different groups of people commenting and watching them than the people who were in my chat watching my streams. So I've thought about just like starting a whole new channel to like move off of uh or have one for like my streams and one for my uploaded content.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. And it's possible you could do what Mahler does, where he has a really popular YouTube channel and he'll stream on it, but he'll take the VODs and upload them on a secondary channel. So if you're like
Who does that?
if you're high Mahler, he does movie videos.
Okay.
So if you like your other channel becomes way bigger, you could stream there, but just upload the VODs to like, another channel or whatever. But
I think I talked to you about this last time. This channel or Tom Foolery show is almost definitely shadow banned. Like it gets absolutely no traction. I just had a panel with like Flamenco, Destiny, I can't remember any of the other people's names, but it was like a really spicy video, wasn't up on anybody else's channel. It got like 600 views, which for me is a lot, but like nowhere near the amount that it should have gotten. Then you saw Vosh came on when we were talking about whether or not he's racist, right?
Yeah.
That somebody else uploaded that video. They cut it, Pepe Politics, cut that, uploaded it, and then and they got like 3,000 to 4,000 views. I cut it, upload it, I got like 500 views. So
yeah, Pepe Politics do this jacking everybody's content.
Yeah. I told him he could. I didn't mind, but I also like I was one of the first people to start like messaging folks like, yo, this Pepe Politics guy just started uploading videos and it's all just stolen content. So but he's grown fast. I think he's up at like 3,000 or 4,000 subs now. So he's doing well. You're up at 16K, dude. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much exclusive from the Vosh video. I like temporarily lost some from the Chapelle video.
Yeah, I figured. But a lot of people were cool about it. Like in the comments, a lot of people were like, hey, disagree with you, but I'm not going to unsubscribe just because I disagree with you. Like, that's cool. But it's like, it's really frustrating when those same people who are going to be in there like, this is freedom of speech, man. Chapelle can say whatever he wants. You should be willing to listen to what anybody else has to say. I'm unsubscribing. I don't want to hear anything you have to say ever again.
Yep.
It's like, wait, yeah. What do you just said? Like, you don't. We should hear out everybody, but you're not going to listen to him anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, like the shadow ban thing. So like the algorithm cares a lot about how your previous videos did.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably part of it. It's like you get caught in a loop.
Well, I feel like it started when one of my friends botted me with 2,000 subs as a prank.
Really?
Yeah. Because they were only there for like 4 or 5 hours. So I go from like 200 subs to 2,000 subs, and then within an hour back down to 200. And I think that screwed me over.
Yeah, I mean, it cares a lot about like viewer retention and the amount of views you get in relevance to your subscriber count is really important. So like I don't know the exact numbers, but like Lauren Chen, for example, she has kind of like a common archetype for political channels.
Mm-hmm.
She has like 500K subs, but she only actually gets like 50K views on her videos. That's sending a signal to YouTube to not recommend her content.
Yeah.
So she's sort of locked in a thing where the most people who see her content are going to be her subscribers. Right. Other people aren't likely to see it. So, I mean, you definitely do you can get locked in like that, which is can be quite a problem, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, apparently I get recommended to Dylan Burns and Vosh and Destiny people, or on their videos more than anybody else's, but it doesn't seem to result in many clicks. So
yeah, it's pretty odd, honestly.
Yeah,
but hopefully other channel takes off.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. I'm trying to edit a video, so I'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right, later, dude. Well, that went well. I almost thought we might end up getting into a debate or something over like our disagreements the um on the Chapelle issue, but he right off the rip was like, "Yeah, no, I just didn't want to like use that sort of language in the video." Um, so yeah, that makes sense.